Hi, welcome to PDQ Live. I'm Tara.
And I'm Josh.
We have a big show today, and Josh and I are going to see if we get muted. That's really the whole goal.
It's possible. It's highly possible.
Just kidding, we're not going to.
No.
But Drew and Kelly are on vacation, so let's see what actually happens.
You're stuck with us today.
Yeah,
You guys are doing great.
we have
Thanks.
Jake at the helm, and Brock Star is also here.
We
Just
are
in the
here.
booth.
They're in the
Mainly
booth.
just not touching anything.
Yeah.
Yes, there
What's
they
up?
are.
Yeah.
There they are.
Yeah, Brock's just like butts in seat. I'm
Yeah,
here.
It's like hands up, like away from the panel.
That's right. Hopefully, nothing breaks. Please,
Nothing
please.
will break.
I mean, our friends want you guys to touch stuff, though. They're egging you on.
My
Yeah.
volume is low.
Just
Your volume
get
is
closer
low.
to the mic.
Just start screaming. Just start screaming.
Hello.
Yeah, Brock, rather than touch anything, just scoot up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just just be like that.
But without Kelly here, like, I don't know that we have any announcements.
I don't know. We don't know what to do, really. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
we don't. So I
can't.
think we're ready to just jump in.
Let's
we've
do it.
got-
Let's
we've got
do
a
it.
pretty cool show this week, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do What's Tech,
Yep.
right? We're gonna talk about telemetry in Windows 11.
Whatever that
Everyone's
is.
like favorite topic, right? We're gonna talk about some of my favorite home lab hardware.
Yes. Josh is getting excited.
That's new. It's new. It's new to me. It's upstairs. So it's not really home lab, but it's a lab upstairs.
Yep.
And then there's a new package in the package library.
Well, they already found it. We're going to talk
know.
about what it actually does. But first, what the tech?
Oh, yeah. Nice, Tara. That was a sweet setup.
I'm telling you, Drew isn't here, so I'm going to do it perfectly just to make Drew's head explode.
one time.
The one time.
Then next week,
Yeah.
no, we're back to normal.
Yeah.
Drew's back and I'm going to be terrible again. All right. So I decided to do something a little different today for What the Tech. I usually find only vulnerabilities to see what Josh does, but today I'm going to do something different. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
What's new?
What's new? This is a vulnerability. The first one is a vulnerability, but it's also like, what? Why is this not everywhere? So this is actually affects nuclear weapons, and that's why I'm kind of laughing, because I started it with like, it's just nuclear weapons, no biggie, it's fine, we're fine. So this actually started around July 7th. So multiple Chinese state-sponsored threat groups. So Linen Typhoon, Violet Typhoon, and Storm 2603.
Those are dramatic names.
I know they really
Yeah.
are, right?
Yeah. Those are they're Palo Altos. They're Unit 42s. I think Microsoft tracks them differently. I think Storm 2603 is Microsoft's tracking in the same group.
Okay. They began exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities, part of Tool Shell. Anyway, yada, yada, yada. The breach became apparent on July 18th.
Yep. Yeah. So this is the SharePoint.
Yes.
This is
on-prem.
the on-prem SharePoint vulnerability.
Yep.
And this thing seems to just keep getting worse.
Yes, it does. So I kind of tracked it. You'll see by my ridiculous documentation, IME. First, they were like, no, there goes my ring. There's no classified sensitive nuclear data was accessed. And then I copied more stories here. And then turns out over 400 servers across 100 organizations globally have been compromised, including U.S. federal and state agency, university, and energy companies.
Ugh. I think at this point, right? Like if you're running on-prem SharePoint, you should just assume that your data is gone as part of this, right? Like it's been
Yes.
exfiltrated. Like you should just
Yes.
make that assumption at this point.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And actually, so this is what I found interesting, because you know me, I dig deep down. So
Yeah.
I found this from CISA.
Yep.
That I don't see this too often, and maybe it's out there and I just don't see it. So I wanted you to expound on this.
Yeah. So CISA releases their guidance, right? And it's fun to kind of watch how it goes from this is a problem to full scale emergency level.
Yeah.
And how long it actually took them to do it, right? Because if we think 7/7, July 7
Mm-hmm.
is when this is kind of discovered, it takes almost 3 weeks before you have the emergency bulletin from CISA to come and do all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And this one
Right.
is specific just to this.
So if you are running on-prem SharePoint,
Yes.
this is the official guidance. If you haven't done this yet, please go do this.
Yes.
It lists indicators of compromise.
Mhm.
It lists how to patch. It lists how to fix.
Yes.
But this is a big one.
Yeah, go do it. Definitely
Yeah.
go do it.
Yep.
So, and this is the fix, exactly what it tells you
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. There's your indicator of compromise. Like, go after you do the patch, look and see if you're seeing post requests there.
Okay, so that one's a fun one. Next up, this Mytel one. And usually phones, everyone's like, we're going to ignore phones. But I was really interested in this one because I think phones, as I said, go unnoticed a lot. But this affects so many Mytel models. And look, the CVS S score, 9.4 out of 10.
Yeah. I think this is just interesting from a general perspective.
Yeah.
Like, this is just Mytel. Mytel's having a problem, right?
Yeah, kind of a
They're having
big
a problem.
problem. Yeah.
But I think this just talks to security of Internet of Things in general,
Mhm.
right? We talk about security. Everyone thinks laptops, desktops, endpoints,
Mhm.
but you can get, like, proven right here, like, some of these allow RCE off of an IP phone.
Mhm.
And so, like, that RCE off an IP phone, like, you don't need much compute.
No.
You just need a shell.
Yeah.
To do damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's one of these, like, bigger thought processes of, am I actually looking at my environment holistically, or am I just looking at endpoints?
Yeah.
Am I just looking at servers? And if you are, I encourage look a little broader, because this is proof that all it takes is even an IP phone.
Yeah.
To have a compromise.
Well, just don't forget your phone, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So those
And then
those
it's
are
like in
two.
my collab. So, like, not only is it on their hardware, it's on their software too.
Yeah.
Poor Mytel.
Poor Mytel.
Good
I
luck,
know.
guys.
This one was like, oh god.
Good luck.
Okay, those are the only vulns. But so then I decided I'm going to see what's making sysadmins angry this July. So I decided to shift to Reddit. So
Would you full screen your document?
Yeah, F11.
so Microsoft is just
Thank you.
killing it again. They're making everybody extra angry. So before we talk about these, I wanted to tell you that, and this just kind of, I noticed this just yesterday. So OneDrive now they're not allowing the desktop apps in the same way that they used to before, where you could sync everything on your desktop up to the web apps anymore. They've kind of gone away from that
So
platform.
it
now.
still is around today, but
It
like
is,
they're
yeah.
hinting at that functionality going away.
Well, kind of. So remember how you used to be able to go to the 365 app and you could download the web apps, and you could have a desktop app running. It would sync up to the web apps.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that anymore.
Wow.
It's very confusing to people, so they hate that. So that's
Yeah.
making people angry.
Oh, so not only do we have another cost increase, but now we're removing features.
Exactly.
Look, just like your snarky cool there, like you gotta help subsidize this GPU cost somewhere. Everyone's got to do your part.
Yeah. So that's making me angry. So they're increasing prices 10 to 20%. So very angry sysadmin.
Ouch.
Yeah. In addition, I think
Ouch.
most people know this, but ending support for Azure AD, MS Online.
Yeah, the PowerShell modules.
The PowerShell
Yeah.
modules.
Migrate to Graph.
Yep.
Graph is better. I've always kind of thought that the Azure AD modules were a little kind of janky.
So that one
anyway.
doesn't make you mad.
No. I think it's a good thing.
And I didn't actually see this, but you know what's making me super aggro is the stupid Copilot when you go to the 365
Oh my gosh.
admin. I hate that thing so much. I hate it.
Copilot.
It makes me angry.
You're helpful when you're helpful, but you're the new Clippy. Get out of the way.
Exactly. That's perfectly put.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Windows Server 2025?
What about it?
This one's making people angry. How do you feel about it?
It's Windows. If you're frustrated with Windows 11, you're going to be frustrated with Windows 2025.
Yeah, they're not loving the
It's
feature.
like that. It's
Oops.
Microsoft take on Windows as a service. Like, it's the next evolution of it, right?
They don't seem to care for this one.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Microsoft?
I don't know. They're just really
They're just following suit, right?
they're making people
Doing
angry.
what everybody else is doing.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Sysadmins angry. They're angry pants right now with Microsoft seemingly.
Well,
being
that's
the
a pretty
culprit.
good. That's a pretty good segue then.
Yeah.
Right, I think we go to our next segment, which is a quick tech tip.
Quick tech tip.
Alrighty, so we're mad at Microsoft,
Yes.
right? Everybody's mad at Microsoft.
Yes.
So,
But you guys are crushing the stingers.
Yeah, you really are.
are
Good
we
job.
really?
Drew
Oh,
is
we're
seriously on vacation going, guys, what is your problem?
So
I'm impressed.
speaking of Microsoft and being here at Microsoft, telemetry. This has been the perennial problem of Microsoft since, I don't know, Windows 10, right? When it first released.
Yeah, people aren't a big fan of it, so I decided to write about it.
And you wrote a fantastic blog about it.
He did.
Thanks.
Right. So this is how you keep Microsoft from keeping your shopping data, your browsing data, your everything data, because by default, all of that is on.
Stay out of my business, Microsoft.
Yeah, and it's a little confusing because it's changed. The ways you disable it has changed, or at least changed location a little bit. So, we just wanted to get an updated article out there, kind of highlight some different ways to disable telemetry data, talk about how it can change from one Windows SKU to another. But yeah, so let's kind of go over it real quick and see what we got here.
So it looks like in your blog here, the first thing you do is how do you go through it on the settings menu, right? So this is helpful if it's your machine and you want to click through stuff, right?
Right. This is the home user approach, right? This isn't someone managing a lot of devices because this would be a very manual task. But anyways, settings menu, privacy and security, and then you get into the diagnostics and feedback. You will see a send optional diagnostic data option right there. Now, before we actually get into like disabling all this, this is where people like get scared. Because if you read the optional diagnostic data right there, it says, help Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. This includes data about websites you browse. And I think that's the big one, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think people want to send Microsoft the data about the websites that they browse for one reason or another. But anyways,
I don't.
Yeah. So I don't know, like the diagnostic, Microsoft tries to make it sound good, right? It's like, hey, we want to help you faster. We want to make the experience better. So send us your data, right? And
help me help you.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're not necessarily falling for it. So go ahead and turn that off. But while you're here in the settings menu, there's a lot of other stuff on the personal user side that you should probably, if you're concerned about that, you'll probably be concerned about the rest of these. So under privacy and security, you've got things about like personalized ads. You've got suggested content. So they're just displaying ads in like your start menu, things like that.
Yeah.
Speech recognition, custom inking and typing. Like there's a whole bunch of things. You can go through this list. It's pretty safe to disable pretty much everything in this list.
Yeah.
Right.
But let's move on to like, how do we take this from like a sysadmin approach? Like I want to just turn this off in my organization. And I think the first way you can do it is like via the registry, right?
Right. Yeah. So you can go to the registry. Now this value might not exist by default. So HKey local machine software policies, Microsoft Windows data collection. Now that registry key will be there, but the value of allow telemetry will not be there, probably. Anyway, so go ahead, create that 32-bit value, and then set the value either to 0 or 1.
Okay.
Now, here's the things. Like, depending on whether you have Windows Pro or Windows Enterprise, it's like Pro, you can only like turn off optional diagnostic data. Apparently, enterprise and education, you can turn off like everything.
Yeah, that tracks. Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
That follows the Windows 10 pattern. So like, yeah, the pro SKUs, you get to do the minimum, but you're force opted into some things. So if you really want it, you need to have enterprise or education.
So if you set this to 0, you'll actually see like it'll gray out that settings menu and it'll just automatically have that optional diagnostics data just disabled. So you can go ahead and set it there.
Yep.
We have some third-party options, and I picked a couple of the bigger ones. There's a lot of options out there, so definitely you can kind of browse around and figure out what works best for you. There's WinArrow Tweaker, and we also did O&O Shut Up 10
Plus. That is a fantastic name.
Oh,
I wanted to say Winaroo.
Yeah.
But so WinArrow Tweaker, if you go in there and you actually disable diagnostic telemetry with this third-party app, it does the same thing as setting the registry key. That's all it does. You go into the settings afterwards,
It's
and
a fun
it's grayed
GUI.
out.
Yeah.
O&O, if you disable it in there, it does not do that same way. So I'm not exactly sure how it's disabling the information in here, but there's a lot of like O&O is very upfront. Like, hey, if you make any changes in here, back up your system first, because you can go through here and start kind of like toggling these things on and off, and they actually recommend some and they recommend others that you don't turn off, because you can turn some of these things off and they are tied to core like OS features that all of a sudden like other things are reliant on, and you can you could pretty quickly hose your system if you don't know what you're doing in here. So definitely take that advice and back up your system before you use these types of tools.
Or, test it on a virtual machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So those are cool. I like those third-party apps, especially for home party or my personal device.
For sure.
Like, or like just my computer at work where I don't want to do this everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to tackle this at a broader scale.
Yep.
We saw how to do it with the registry individually. We're going to tackle it with group policy here.
Yep.
Then we can tackle it with Connect.
Yep.
And then we're going to tackle it with Intune. So here's your 3 options as a system administrator on how to turn this off.
Okay.
Yeah. So group policy, I mean, obviously this is an easy one. Anyone that's messed with group policy, go in there, computer configuration, administrative templates, Windows components, data collection, preview builds. You'll have, again, an option in there. And once you enable this policy, you'll have different options to choose from, whether you want diagnostic data off or not. But again, remember whether you're tackling pro or enterprise SKUs, it's going to be a little bit different there.
Yeah. Remember, especially in group policy, you can set it here and apply it to all of your devices. But if the device doesn't meet the criteria, then it won't actually apply.
Yeah.
So just because you can set it in group policy doesn't mean that it actually will apply to the device. Keep that in mind.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then in Connect, of course, we already covered the fact that you can set a registry key or a registry value to do this. Mm-hmm. And so we can do that with a custom Connect package, right? And we've already got the code down here for you. It sets the path. It sets the name of the value that you're going to set. It checks to see if that value already exists or not. And if it doesn't, it creates it. If it does exist, then it just goes ahead and sets the value appropriately. So that's an easy package. You can just copy that, create your own custom package, add that script in there, save it, and send it out to all your devices, and that will disable it via the registry. Tara, I don't know if did you look into the Intune side of this or not?
I did. Hey, chat, speak to us. Did you guys fall asleep? You're scaring me. No one's chatting. What are they doing? They're not even speaking.
Absorbing.
The other thing that I would suggest
absorbing.
here on the Connect side is build a registry scanner.
Yeah.
Right? Build a registry scanner to look for this value and that it's there.
And why do we want to do
Thanks,
that?
Tim.
Tim. I've noticed over the years of administering Windows 10 that occasionally a cumulative update will go back and
undo
all of your stuff. So the scanner and an automation on top of this package will save you a ton of work there. Okay.
Thank you. On your seat listening to all the awesome information. Okay, to Intune. By the way, this one I found like 4 different people telling me how to do this 4 different ways. So this is the way that it works. So go to your favorite neighborhood friend Intune. Grr. Do you like the name? You can't have Brock's shopping information.
Devices, Windows configuration, right? You're going to give it some basic name properties.
Make it a funny name.
Yep. You can assign it. You can include a group. Oh, my enemy list.
Just enemy. It's all about the naming convention, people.
This tenant is such a mess.
Shut up. This is the best tenant ever.
You just don't know what anything does.
I know exactly what everything does. Okay, then go to reporting and telemetry.
Yep. So in your configuration settings, it's reporting and telemetry is where this is at. And then you've got 4 different
There's 4 different options, as Brock talks about in his article. So he mentioned this already. You can turn it all the way off, which sends Microsoft nothing if you're feeling especially spiteful, and that's okay. The optional actually will send it stuff if you need to troubleshoot something that's gone wrong on your machine. And this is according to Microsoft, so they could be lying to us. That's true. Optional will send them just the diagnostic information should you ever need it for troubleshooting. But you can turn it completely
It's
off.
hardware. It's hardware and OS. It's not the telemetry. There's like a matrix for the 4 settings.
Correct.
You can look it up and you can find out which one meets your needs.
Yeah, if you're doubtful, turn it off. I set it to optional because that's what they suggested.
Again, we've got applicability rules here. So I hate to say it, but this is where Intune has a little bit of an edge over group policy.
Correct. So you see I added that at the bottom.
Yeah, don't assign if the OS edition is 10 or 11 home. You could add one for Pro if you're trying to get to the stuff that's specifically for enterprise or application SKUs.
You don't have to add that if you don't want to, but I did. So it's up to you. You do you.
So there's everyone's dose of Windows hatred
for
the day.
Correct.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, speaking of testing,
yes,
as we go test stuff,
it's Josh's favorite.
We're going to talk about some happy hardware.
Happy hardware. We don't have a stinger, but here's a jingle.
Ooh.
too.
We had
That's the jingle.
we had a voice
That's a good
stinger.
jingle.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, here's what I picked. This is just my things for a home lab, and here's the criteria that I set. I've had a home lab before that was a server rack. It was in my office. It drew a lot of power, it made a lot of noise, generated a lot of heat. It got old. So for my home lab, I want it to fit on a desk neatly. I want to be able to plug the whole thing into a single power strip, and I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, the very first question I asked Josh was, isn't everyone just taking home old stuff from work? Why are we buying
That's what
stuff?
I did. And that's what I did. So this is home lab stuff on a budget, not necessarily meaning it's free, but its price to performance ratio for me works.
And it's not loud, so your spouse isn't yelling at you.
Exactly.
Right?
Like they don't even know it exists. Like you can hide all of this stuff.
Okay.
Like really easy. So first up, this is the super easy one. It's a Raspberry Pi, right? Raspberry Pis are great. They're cheap. You can do fun things with them. In a home lab setting, run Pi-hole, run DHCP, or just do something fun with the GPIO out. I also like little, they're not pictured here, but they're like the little ESP8266 boards. They've got Wi-Fi on them as well. They're cool.
Okay.
Next up, this is new, and I'll give credit for this one to Brooke upstairs. It's a little Asus Store NAS. This thing is cool.
He does have this upstairs. He's not lying.
Yeah. And here's why this thing is cool. So it comes with it's a quad core 10 nanometer Celeron chip on it. It has 12 NVMe slots. Okay. And then it's got dual 10 gig Ethernet. Here's the thing that I like about it, right? This thing is pretty cheap. You can pick these things up bare bones for like $600, which sounds like a lot. Then you can get some NVMe drives, but it's wicked fast.
It sounds cheap to me.
It's wicked fast, right?
Yeah.
Because you get all of this. You can run the OS that comes on it, right? Or you can flash it with something like TrueNAS or whatever you want. But then you get full on iSCSI, NFS, Ceph. You can test all of the stuff you'd run at work, but on a smaller scale at home, and it's silent and wildly power efficient.
Yeah.
So this thing is cool. We spec'd one of these out. We put like 6 M2 drives in it. We're actually running it upstairs.
Yeah, he's not lying. I saw it upstairs.
It's our little Proxmox lab because we finally found a little GitHub repo that mimics, it's a tool that mimics DRS. And that's the thing keeping us anchored to the awful VMware. So if it works out, we might be migrating.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, it only comes with 4 gig of DDR4, but it's upgradable to 16. It's upgradable to 16.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I was like, what?
But I mean,
Okay,
it's a storage device only.
Okay.
And your M.2 NVMe. So
Okay.
cache is,
What's next?
That
What's
seems
next?
pretty small for 12 NVMe drives in there.
It's little, it's dual sided. Like, so they're on both sides of it. So you can get a ton of data out that way.
Okay.
Okay, next up on the way of powerful, keep in mind this is powerful, small, and quiet, is this cool company called Minis Forum. So this MSA2 is a cool piece of tech. It's a small Ryzen 9, and it comes up with up to 96 gigs of DDR5. Here's where it gets interesting. It's got dual port SFP plus on the back, plus a couple 2.5 gig RJ45 LAN ports and Wi-Fi 6E. So this one does get a little expensive.
Yeah, I mean it's $1,200, Josh, but okay.
It is a little expensive.
It's on sale.
It is a little expensive, but getting that much compute and memory in this like thermal package, plus power draw, it's pretty hard to beat.
Let's scroll up a little so we can see the specs.
Yeah, here, so you can see all of these. They come in a bunch of them. They come in a bunch of different flavors, right? You can get a bare bone. You can put your own in. You can buy it directly here. These things are really, really neat. I think they're cool. They come with Thunderbolt ports built in. That's what I would do for compute.
Okay.
So we're talking home lab on a budget, like all in $3,500, maybe $4,000
And
for a home lab that's going to last 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
oh yeah.
And run all of the same enterprise stack that you'd run at work.
And then what's the last thing?
Finally, always get questions about Cisco stuff,
Yeah.
right? Always do,
Okay.
because it's expensive. You want to go get certified. GNS3 is fine, and it works pretty good.
Okay.
But maybe you want the actual hardware. Here's where you can go get some gray market Cisco.
Cables and kits.
Cables and kits. It's
Okay.
gray market Cisco. You can buy the Cisco switches that you'd want to go get your CCNA, CCNP, whatever you want, for relatively cheap,
Okay.
right? They're still loud. It's still a small Cisco switch. So like that 3850 on top for $300, it's still going to scream in your closet, but at least you have the 3850 to test on, and it's the physical hardware.
Okay, so why, and we were joking about this yesterday, and I think this is a really good point to make. Why are you suggesting Cisco for people that might be new to networking? Because I would go the opposite way, like get your feet wet, start with something that has a GUI, and you're like, no, go Cisco all the way.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Here's my take, and maybe it's a hot take, maybe it's not. If you start networking at the Cisco level, here's why I think it's good to start there. One, their framework for certification is actually a really good learning track. I'm not a huge proponent of certs, but their learning track for certs is really good.
The fundamentals.
The fundamentals. It starts you off in a way that makes a lot of sense for understanding the protocol, understanding networking, and actually what's happening on the device. So if you start there, it gives you this base of knowledge that you can then translate somewhere else. If you come at it from the other angle, right, and you start with networking with everything that has just like a GUI and you can click buttons and turn things off, sliders on and off, it'll work. But then when it breaks one day, you don't have the fundamental knowledge of what is it doing? How do I fix it? So for my opinion, you start at the basics. You start at the low level.
Get on the struggle bus.
Get on the struggle bus, figure it out. Because then as you start to abstract stuff away and you get GUIs and you get all of the other fun buttons and toggles and switches, you know what they're doing. And
I think we figured out why I'm not good at networking, because I didn't choose this path.
And that's why it's always the network fault.
That's true. All right. I like it.
Okay. That's my home lab suggestions on a budget. Not free, not super cheap, but enough to run all of the enterprise stack that you want at home.
Okay. I like
quietly.
it. All right, we're to the last segment. We have 2 minutes, Josh. Can we do it?
We can do it. It is the last shiny new thing.
I'm so sorry, Drew. We did it. We did them all perfect.
I know.
All right, you guys, this one's so funny because in Discord, they found this one before it was even announced internally.
Yeah.
And I was watching the chatter in Discord. People were like, oh, we love this. And then Mark Rude announced it in Slack. So this
I love that like you're getting your information from our community Discord before you get it from internal.
Always. The nerds always find it before we even announce it. So they were pretty excited about this one. So let's talk about this one. It's Dell Command Update, which
new package.
Essentially is just looking for drivers, right? Am I wrong in saying this is basically just downloading a little client from the manufacturer, searching, hey, what drivers are out there? Tell me.
They've all got it. Lenovo calls it what? Like Lenovo Vantage. HP's is like HP Assistant. I don't know.
They're all different.
Essentially, they're the first party. It just sits on the device and it looks for updates that are applicable to the device and that specific hardware.
Yep.
And lets you install.
Yeah.
So the basic premise is this, right? There's 3 packages. You grab the one that's called base install.
Yep.
That gets Dell
Do
Command
that one
Update
first. Yeah.
on the device. Then you have 2 additional packages here. There's this first one that is the scan for applicable updates. Okay. That does exactly what it says. It just tells the device, hey, use Dell Command Update on you to go find what's available.
Yeah, go tell me what I need.
Go tell me what I need.
So we didn't even have a Dell in our tenant, and so we downloaded one yesterday. We added one yesterday. It's called Delicious.
Delicious.
Let's see, and we
installed
did the one.
the base.
Yep.
So
and we're gonna do it live. So let's see what breaks.
Let's
Nothing.
scan.
I mean, it might work.
Okay. So here's what we did. We deployed it. So it's in process.
And yes, while this is going, I'm just going to say, Chad was like Yes, we see that they also want Lenovo, and yes, they are working on that. So hopefully they're going to listen to you guys and give you what you want. I think they will.
So this reminds me of the PS Windows update packages, right?
Yes, but more akin to what exists in Smart Deploy in the way that it handles drivers. But yes, you are correct.
Right. So once you get that base agent installed on the device, then it's like, okay, I can either like install all the things, or I can just scan and see what's available.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly. 100%. But
All right, so our delicious Dell is still scanning, and this can take a while.
Yeah.
The first time. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if I click on the right link here, okay, and then we can deploy it, right? So we can go, here it is, the status, output log. We can see all of the things. I found all these things, found prerequisites. We can scroll through all these things. Maybe I care. Look, here's everything that's recommended.
probably a bunch because we've never done it before.
We've never done anything before. So all of those things are recommended for this device. So now we can come in here and not have to worry about really any of them. And I can say,
Let's do the other ones.
install.
Delicious.
Done.
I really like the name. I thought you were going to go with like an Adele reference, but no, I like where you ended up.
It was on Jansen's desk.
Jansen, yeah.
Because we're a Lenovo shop, so we didn't even have one, but Jansen had one.
He had one laying around.
So we just wanted to show. But yeah, so happy that you guys love that. So if you want to see more of that, let Chad know. Go in Discord, go to the package library, and let's hear your feedback. Because we actually do listen to you, believe it or not. A lot.
A lot.
Because we like you.
That's it. So if you're a Dell shop, congrats. Drivers just got a lot easier.
Yeah, do it.
And we're
Go
looking
play
at the
with it.
rest of them.
All right. Thanks for watching. For PDQ, I'm Tara.
And I'm Josh.
Thanks for watching our PDQ webcast this week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead, do us a favor. Give us a like and subscribe. Helps us keep this thing going long term. Also, join the PDQ Discord, discord.gg/PDQ. We'd love to have you come be a part of the conversation. Until then, everybody, we will see you next time.